Hey everybody, it is Michelle, Trader Girl ATX, and I am here to give you a little spiel about trading strategy for trading Nasdaq futures. Note, my trading strategy will apply brilliantly no matter what it is that you're actually trading, if it's gold or silver or stocks, it doesn't matter. The same mindset will apply, the same strategies will apply, and I think you will find them of value, very much so. I get tired when I see a lot of these videos with traders talking about strategy, and they're all parroting the exact same content, and it kind of makes me giggle because I just think they're all a bunch of parrots. Sorry, not sorry. My brain works just fine, and I was able to arrive at my own strategy that my own brain came up with all by myself, and I'm here to share it with you today. I encourage you to try it and get back to me. Let me know. I do live stream on YouTube, and I do get feedback and comments from people who tell me, traders, who comment and they are amazed. They say they've never seen anyone trade like me, and I know that's true. But at the end of the day, we all have the same kind of goals, and for me, this was the best way to reach my goals, because ultimately my goal is to have psychic powers. Yep. And I do believe that's pretty attainable when trading. You just have to work on the right time frame and have the right tools available to assist you. So let's get into it. I trade a 15-second chart. I trade Nasdaq futures. I use Heikin-Ashi candles, and so those candles are red or green depending on how the price action closes. If it closes up, compared relative to the previous candle, it would be green. If the price closes lower compared relative to the previous candle, it would be red. I change my colors so they're more like lime green and maybe a hot pink, deep magenta kind of color, but that's just me appreciating a pretty chart, and I use lots of different colors for my moving averages. And so this is the next key part of my chart setup. At the basic level, it started with me trading with Bollinger Bands that were set for a 50, and then moving averages that were a 20, which is what I call my fast moving average, and then a 50, which is what I call my slow moving average. Eventually I added a 200, which would be like an ultra slow, like long time moving average. And so what I noticed, and that was great, I learned that from some other trader who worked for a hedge fund back around 1998 to 2000 sometimes. I used to be really active on Yahoo Finance, the stock chat board for KLA Tencor back in the day, and there was a guy named Running with the Bulls, and he was a professional trader, and he gave me those clues. And see, this was back in the day before YouTube and any kind of trading content existed, and is literally like me being completely blind trying to figure out how to trade. And so you have no idea the tremendous advantage you have if you are trying to learn how to trade now compared to back before, 97, 98, 2000. Being a retail trader, trading on your own with your own account, not working for a hedge fund, not working with a team of experts with experience to guide you, with no mentor. You have no idea how you just even learning and listening to someone like me who has gone through years of pain and suffering and experience, if you can just pick my brain for 3 hours of watching my content, it can shave years off your learning curve. And I am not exaggerating. It's mind-blowing to me, the tools and resources available. And I do know that I see other traders on Reddit commenting and saying that anybody who's a successful trader would never share their secret. And I think that is a ridiculous way to live. I think there's enough for all of us. There is no reason to gatekeep and hold it to yourself, because I like to think you are here listening to me and you want to get something out of your experience listening to me. And in this case, we're talking about learning to trade, right? Or becoming a better trader. And I like to think and live the fantasy that one day you're going to follow me and you're going to realize that what you learned from me severely increased your chances for survival. And maybe one day you'll send me a check, or, a Venmo or a PayPal, and just to thank me for what I gave you for free. When we know there's people out here right now that are charging $3,000 for mentorship. The whole point of being a trader is most of us don't have a spare $3,000 to invest in their trading education, and God bless those of you who do. Hit me up if that's something you're interested in. I might consider it. But at this point, I'm not selling anything. Everything is for free. And also my live stream is free on YouTube, where I go through every single one of my trades. Well, I don't want to exaggerate, but almost all of my trades, I walk you through my mindset so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's go back to my trading strategy, okay? So not only do I have those regular moving averages like most people have, I've layered on a whole bunch of other moving averages because I trade a 15-second chart. So what I noticed would be, let's say the Nasdaq is running like bull and it's running hard, I would be lost in space. It would just be running and running and running. And then all of a sudden there's just this fierce reversal that apparently comes out of nowhere. But you guys who are trading off a 60-minute chart, or even a 15-minute chart, you could see it clearly, okay? So as someone who's trading on a 15-second chart, I needed more intel. I also have a 3-minute chart, and I do go through and I mark off levels from the 3-minute chart onto my 15-second chart. I also mark off the levels from yesterday's low, high, middle, 25%, and 75%. I do calculations, I do math. So all of my charts in the morning when I set them off, I mark off those levels from yesterday as well as what's happened as of today, let's say by 9 a.m. Those are all on my screen as a frame of reference, and that helps. But also my moving averages, because I'm running out of time, but besides the basic, 20, 50, and 200, I layered on the 9, the 222, 444, 666, 888, 999, 1111, 2222, and 4444. And I know most of you who are traders and you're hearing this right now, your brain's probably exploding. Your eyes are probably rolling in your head, and you can't believe somebody would put so many moving averages on their chart. Well, that's fine. You are entitled to think as you do. But I'm here to tell you that because I do this, I essentially have psychic powers, and I can almost always tell within a matter of 15 seconds of looking at a chart, I can know which direction I need to be putting on a trade. This is how I'm allowed to put on 200 trades a day, is because I can look at the chart instantly and know which way we're going. Am I perfect? No. But is my win rate way better than almost everybody else's? Yes. Okay, and it's called Intel. So, and I do some other things with my strategy. I've started keeping a box on my screen to frame off the most recent price action. But in order for you to get a little more details about my trading strategy, I encourage you to watch my live stream. They're all out there on YouTube under the live link. And happy trading. Please leave me some comments. I would like to hear what your feedback is as to what your thoughts are after you've watched me stream. Go out there. They're available 24 hours a day, and I want to make you better, a better trader, but also a better human being, because I'm looking to create an army of good I have this fantasy of getting a whole bunch of traders together where we're all making big money and doing good deeds.